Yo, this is someone on a couch?
Oh, Bama was licking her asshole on there.
Yeah, she feels goddamn.
Yeah, she was licking.
Just move closer to me.
See that shit?
And why do you have to fuck with
that?
the goddamn... Oh, that's gross.
I know, what the fuck?
Why do you have to fuck with the things here? Damn it.
Sorry, dude.
Just sit next to me.
My pants are mysteriously wet. That's a problem.
Death Talk. Episode 43.
Yep.
Yep. Who just said yep?
I did.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just correcting you, saying that you're
Just
right.
want to make sure that's correct. Yeah, we're here for another episode of Death Talk. Very exciting.
43 is a lot. Do you think we would have made it this far?
No, we probably should have been canceled somewhere around the 20s, but, you know.
I think we actually were canceled. You're right.
But yeah, you know, nothing else to do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're just looking for stuff to do here. It's nothing to do.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to do the podcast today.
Our slogan, isn't it? Order on our website and just wait because people will never pack it up. That's our slogan?
No, that's not correct.
Oh.
Caleb would not be...
I'm confusing that for someone else.
Caleb's not very happy with that comment.
I'm packing orders as I sit here.
Yes. You hear the tape going? We're here for another episode of the greatest podcast on the internet, Death Talk.
You know what's funny is that you saying greatest podcast on the internet and the number one podcast covering Deathwish Inc. is become just like what it is. Like, it's not a joke now. You just have to say it.
I think it's the first time I said this was the greatest podcast on the internet, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah,
I can't think of another one that's better.
Can't think of another one that's better. Yeah.
Yeah. NPR's put on a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, definitely. And no one gets as many downloads as us, too.
Yeah. so yeah.
Did iTunes respond to the email about letting our download show in the charts? It doesn't really... It hasn't synced up yet, but...
No. They have to correct that.
Yeah. Fucking iTunes.
Yeah, bastards.
Yeah.
So, thanks for tuning in. The crew's all back. Who do you want to start with today? Caleb?
Chris.
Caleb, you want to start with Caleb? Let's go to Caleb.
What's up?
Caleb. We did Chris last week.
What's up? I'm here. Let's
Hi,
do
where's
it.
your glasses?
I take them off to record.
Put your glasses back on.
Yeah, dude, you're kind of you're ruining
Don't
the
like
vibe
it.
here.
Podcast gives me a headache.
I'm getting, like, more wet as the time goes on.
Then sit closer to me.
Mark,
Just
when
move
you
over.
fuck
make
is going on?
And hey, Mark's here.
You pulled out all the headphones.
Mark's sitting in Bama's slop on the couch right now.
I'm soaked. Oh, my God.
I mean, you live down the street, so you could just...
You might have to go change it. You gonna change your pants after this episode?
Funny thing is, I had 2 pairs of pants, ripped a pair of pants earlier this week. This is my last pair.
Dude, you're always ripping those pants.
I'm a mess.
He's got that woody.
Yeah.
Woody. Woody-licious.
And Chris has a dry ass.
Yep. I have a dry ass.
So jealous.
Chris and his dry ass.
Pretty
are here
happy
today.
about my dry ass at the moment.
Actually,
nice.
Burnt ass.
pretty thankful the moisture hasn't reached my ass yet. It's just like a high back thigh.
Yeah. You know what I realized I never do? I never introduce myself. People have no idea who I am.
They get it.
They don't know.
I think they know.
They're just like, who is that wonderful voice behind the mic?
You know the Droney robot you're listening to?
Yeah.
It's Rich.
That's me.
The Droney boring robot.
No, that's actually Brovo.
Oh, true.
Maybe
He's not boring, though.
Maybe he'll
He's
be back.
so cool.
The life of the party.
Maybe
I
he'll
fucking
come
love
through.
Brobo.
Hey, but before we go any further, why don't we hand it over to Mark Conley? He'll tell us about the news happening.
Yeah, I can do that. So, the news. Deathwish news for the podcast. Episode 43. Frameworks. We were talking... Actually, we didn't get to tease this last week. I'll say this first, actually. The thing we were teasing last week is Converge U Family Redux. We did... It's up for pre-order now. It's been up for a few weeks, but you probably heard about it. If you're listening to this podcast, you probably saw it. But if you don't know, we're re-releasing Converge's U Family from 2004. And there's brand new packaging, brand new artwork. The audio is remixed, remastered. It sounds amazing, looks amazing. We have copies on vinyl left. There's going to be a new color available soon because we're running out of the first
the
press.
The white is very low, right, Caleb?
Very low.
Very low.
If you want a copy of the first press, you're going to have to act fast on our store.
It might be gone by the time this podcast goes
or
up.
you should just buy one from us, but there might be copies in retail stores when it comes out June 17th.
There will be. We're just about sold out of the white, but there will be copies in retail of the white. We just might not have it on the Deathwish store, but we'll have a new color up very shortly.
Yep.
Caleb and I are working on it.
But it'll be in stores June 17th. Also, the audio will be out everywhere June 17th on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever else
Tidal.
there is. Tidal. Yeah, so you'll be able to give a listen to the full redone version. It actually sounds very different than the original version. Not taking away... You'll hear it. It's great.
And if you want to know more about that release, there's I heard there's a podcast coming out about it.
Yeah, there's a podcast that Jake and Kurt recorded talking about the audio and the packaging for the record with Caleb and Rich, and that'll be coming out fairly soon.
Yeah.
So it'll be through the same feed as this, so take a look and listen to that, because I listened to it yesterday at work, and it's really interesting because I wasn't there when they were recording it, so it was really
You weren't?
Cool. I wasn't there.
Caleb was, but he was outside the window. It was weird.
Just staring in, the lights off.
No, I was
What's going on down there?
I was crouched on the ground holding all the mics up for everyone to speak with. There's also the footrest.
Caleb's half human, half Ottoman. Yeah, so last week, in the week in between our new episode, we put up pre-orders for Frameworks. We talked about signing them about a month ago or so, and their new album called Smother is available for pre-order now through our store on LP, CD, and cassette. Oh, I should mention this. We announced a Deathwish Europe store, too, and there's an exclusive color for Converge You Fail Me on the Europe store, and there's also an exclusive color for Frameworks Smother on the Europe store as well.
Deathwishinc.eu.
Yeah, we'll put a link to that in the show notes and stuff, so if you're from Europe, check that out. You'll get better shipping and stuff. Better shipping costs.
Yeah, and you guys got exclusive colors that the U.S. people don't get.
Exactly.
What the hell? Buy one and send it to me. I want one.
There you go.
So yeah, I mean, maybe if you're feeling, if you really want something, you could, even if you're in the U.S., you can still order from the European store if you're in the U.S.
Yep.
So, but obviously shipping will be a little bit more. But there
are lots of T-shirt designs we have up. We have it on tape and CD and vinyl, and there's a new song called Tangled, which was premiered on Stereo Gum, and you can check out that link. We'll put it in the show notes. With the lead singer Luke told some backstory about the song, and the song is now on YouTube and Spotify and everywhere you want to listen to it. You can listen to it, and you should, because it's fucking awesome. So listen to it, get into it, buy the record, because it's sick. And check out the artwork, is really great too. It's really, really interesting. Really cool photo. I don't know if we said with Converge, but there's a fuckload of new merch designs for Converge as well, all You Fail Me inspired, so that's also on the store. Next thing is yesterday, Chrome Over Brass just put out a new music video for One Night in St. Regis. It's a really cool video where it shows...
it's kind of a call to Al's live show.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's get the lights going with,
one time
him playing drums.
when I saw him open for Refused, he was telling me about how he timed up the lights with the backing track that he plays drums to, so it's all it's this insanely complicated process that he's got down, and it's so fucking cool.
It's just like a crazy one-man show sort of
it's
thing,
awesome.
and it's really interesting. And if you have the chance to see him live, you should definitely do it. It's a really cool show.
Yeah. And if you are unfamiliar, listen to his record that we put out last year, because it's really cool. Chrome Over Brass, self-titled. So, cool. And last thing I'll talk about is we are looking for interns for the summer here at Deathwish. Once again, I think we talked about this for the spring. But, we'll put all the information you'll need to know about in the show notes. But if you're interested in getting some experience at a independent record label and want to see how things go, you're going to school and you need an internship for school credit, email me. It's mark@deathwishinc.com. That'll also be in the show notes. And we've had plenty of interns. Everyone seems to have a fantastic time. They fucking love just folding shirts and just being awesome. So
yeah, we take our interns to the fair.
Yeah,
we take them to movie premieres.
Yep.
We take them to shows.
They get free seltzer like the rest of us do. We let them use the bathroom. So, if you want all those things and more, get in touch with us, and we can send your resume and all that jazz, and we'll figure out if you can be an intern or not.
Yeah, but, I was an intern. Mark was an intern.
Yep.
We just hired one of our interns.
Yeah, Keith, he was an intern.
Yep. So like, if you're if you want to get into working at a record label, interning is the way to go. So
yep.
Do that.
We're also we're in Beverly, Mass, so it's just north of Boston. So it'd be nice if you're applying, if you're fairly close by.
Yes, don't move from Australia to Boston
it's tough.
for an internship.
I appreciate
if you want to, you can. But
yeah, all the people that have contacted us about from being far away and wanting to be an intern, I appreciate your interest, but I feel bad making you move across the world to do this. So if you're within an hour drive or something and you want to make the drive, let us know.
It's a good experience.
Good experience. That's it.
Cool. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for bringing it in.
Probably take out the bathroom thing, right?
No, I'll keep that.
No, that's
keep
cool.
that.
We forgot to mention interns.
Yeah, keep the silence, too.
Interns also get a free picture with the Hatebreed maces. So
Yep, definitely.
throw that in
and a
there,
free
too.
picture with Caleb, too.
And Caleb.
Oh, no, I charge. But
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's the news. Lots of stuff going on.
Lots of stuff.
But I heard there's even more tours happening. Is that
Yeah,
correct, Chris?
there's way too much. Can we just, delete everything and just
Oh, my God.
Let's
do something else?
Let's send everyone home.
I have to read so much stuff.
And you don't even know how to read.
I don't. Anyways, so got some tours going on, some new announcements. Woven Hand will be touring Europe this fall, starting September 12th through the October 18th. Converge will be playing with Quicksand at House of Vans on July
So
6th.
sick.
Oh, baby.
And that's in Brooklyn, and it's free. So
Just got an RSVP.
Yeah. Is that how it goes usually?
Yeah.
I got to get to that. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that sounds really awesome. Converge will be playing this year's Hopscotch Musical Festival on September 8th through the 10th with Beach House, Wolf Parade, Baroness, and a ton of other bands. It's going to be crazy, so definitely get tickets for that. I'm going to do a quick recap of things going on or are about to happen. Death Heaven will be doing a South American tour starting July 4th through the 10th. Cult Leader has a few more days left on their European tour. Ends on the May 16th, so make sure to go out to those shows. Young and the Way will be hitting the West Coast this summer with Take and Wolfhammer on June 10th through the 16th. Code Orange and Integrity are playing this hardcore with Turning Point, Gorilla Biscuits, and a ton more. Bitter End will be hitting Europe next week with Risk It starting May 14th through the 21st. American Nightmare, Ceremony, Cold Cave, Death Heaven, and Touche Amore all playing this year's Wrecking Ball Festival in Atlanta. August 13th and 14th. Converge and Harm's Way will be touring together in Europe with Gold starting May 18th through the 22nd.
And we just got some sweet posters for that, right?
So
We
sweet.
did.
So
They're on
fucking sweet.
They're on the Deathwish store?
Yes.
Yep.
You can purchase one?
might have to just get both. I don't know which one's.
Oh, yeah, there's two different ones, right?
Two
Yeah.
difference.
There we go.
Got all Bad Eyes and Lady Liberty.
Good old Bad Eyes.
Anyways,
That's a bet.
moving on. Death Index starts the European tour today through the 28th. So definitely go out to those shows if you're in Europe.
Euro tour? Shit.
Yeah, so
There we go. There's
It'll
all
be
those
cool.
miserable tours. If you
Yep.
feel like getting out of the house.
and
Feel like having
want
a
to be
bad
busy.
time.
Unlike me. Go see a show. But yeah, no, there's a lot of good stuff happening this summer. So, as usual, the summer tours are all happening.
Oh,
You guys excited?
Yeah, so excited.
I got to get down to that Vans show.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
It said there's a special guest, too, on that show. I don't know who it is.
Oh, it's me. I'm doing a noise set.
Gotta go then.
Nice.
Do you think it might be your ska band, Mark?
Johnny and the Pickpockets.
Nope. Fucking A.
Look them up on MySpace.
Shit.
Yep. And that is
And chips. And salsa.
Oh shit.
oh man.
Yeah, fuck it. Look it up. Do it.
Buy
So
something.
what if I have a song called Your Mama's Fat? So what?
Buy a CD.
You guys have any CDs left?
Probably hundreds.
Yeah.
Are they available to buy? Probably, definitely not.
In person, they are. Yeah, if they ask you about it, right?
Yeah.
I have a shirt.
Oh, you do.
Yes, Caleb does.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. You saw me wear it.
No, you had to give it back, didn't you?
No, she let me keep it.
Oh shit! That you don't deserve that.
Well, I don't, but I still have it.
It's a good shirt. Whenever you have to dress up, just wear that shirt.
So what do you guys want to talk about today? Talk about some music news? Some things that are happening? Cool.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yep.
Mark's always down for a nice music industry discussion.
So down.
I was reading on the internet. You guys ever been on the internet before?
No, what's that?
On this blog, Music 3.0.blogspot.com, there's an article that says, has Record Store Day may have peaked? Question mark?
It did.
Record Store Days
I think so.
over.
Yeah, so yeah, they're just, I'll put a link in the show notes if you want to read the whole story, but they're saying the original idea behind Record Store Day is kind of lost. It's kind of hit its stride with independent stores, and it's not what it was supposed to be anymore.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a day that you could go into your cool record store down the street and buy obviously buy a record, but maybe there'd be like a special thing in that store that would entice you to go there, and it'd all be all fun, all good times. But now it's kind of been taken over as usual by the big conglomerates, and
Yep.
Give it 3 years and
they ruin
Record
it.
Store Day will just be
yeah.
like,
And now it's kind of like now it's just like, oh, Record Store Day again.
I was gonna say give it 3 years and all Record Store Day will be is just the Eagles picture discs at Best Buy.
Yeah.
Like it's only a matter of time that like Target is just like the Record Store Day, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then your cool store.
Surprised
in
they
your town,
haven't yet. Yeah.
Does Target have vinyl yet? I never
Yes.
see it.
Like,
I think
select,
they do now.
select things.
Yeah, it's like the same thing with like Best Buy. They'll have like their online store has like everything, but
Yeah.
like if you go into the store,
They always have copies.
they'll
of
have like Guns N' Roses Appetite for Disaster box set all of the time.
Yes, I've also seen Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Sorry, the Appetite for Destruction. I said Appetite for Disaster.
Yeah, Thriller picture disc is there like every time I'm in Best Buy.
Yeah, it's just like it's not really what it used to be, and I still support it. Go to your local store and buy something, which is cool. You should do that anyways, all of the time. But I agree with a lot of things in the article. The major labels have taken up a lot of the whole year is just building up Record Store Day now. Like you don't even, right when Record Store Day ends, people are already starting to think about Black Friday Record Store Day, and this is like 6 months in advance. Like you have to get. So just think about this. In order to get a release on Record Store Day for Black Friday, they have to be submitted by like June 1st. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
they have to be like the info has to be submitted. So you need to know what you're gonna do, like in the next 3 weeks for something that's gonna come out in November 24th.
That's nuts.
Whatever. Sorry, I don't know if it's actually November 24th.
November something.
November 20 something. Yeah, whatever. So that planning has to be done. And then you have to actually make sure that your record is completed in time to deliver. And usually they need a little bit more of a lead time to get it into stores for the holiday season. So it's not as fun as it used to be.
Yo, the Black Friday Record Store Day, that's the sneaky one. It was just there was 1 year that it was just like, this is it too. Like only a couple years ago.
I don't remember when that actually happened, where someone was just like, "Yeah, this is a Record Store Day too." It was like, "Wait, what? How is there 2 Record Store Days in the same year?"
Yeah, who decided that?
I would like Record Store Day enough if it was just like, how they have like Small Business Saturday, where everyone just gets like a discount. If it was just that, it would be sick, because it's just like telling people to go buy music. You know what I mean? But it just gets too like...
And a lot of the stuff to be a Record Store Day release, it has to be kind of exclusive. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not going to do a new release as a record store day release, like a brand new album with new songs. You know what I mean?
I think some people have done that though.
Yeah, but yes, they have. But it's usually going to be like, oh, these are cover songs, or maybe this is like a B-side from like a song we didn't use B-sides on the album, which is cool. Like that stuff should be released for like the big fans that want more from the album. But most of the time, it's just like, dude, I don't need
cash grabs.
Yeah, I don't need another 7-inch that a metal band's covering Jingle Bells for like Black Friday. You know what I mean? Like,
I will say, and this is like props to Relapse, I guess, but Record Store Day this year was timed out perfectly with when that new Nothing single got released online, and then it was like a good amount of time before their LP came out. They were like, hey, this song we just released with a B-side is like available on Record Store Day. That actually made more sense than most records out for sale that day, because it was like promoting something that was actually coming out in the next 2 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy they had to plan that out, but
I don't even remember. I know there was a couple, like, what was a big Record Store Day release this year? Besides the Nothing one. I know
the Hello Kitty picture disc.
That's real?
that existed.
That was a thing, yeah.
I don't even know.
Caleb, you're a big soundtrack guy. Was there anything like for soundtracks at all?
There was one you wanted.
Yeah,
right?
there's the Requiem for a Dream soundtrack, but
Did Mondo do that?
Nah.
No.
That's another cash grab thing. Is any movie that was ever popular, they'll just like, oh, that's never been on vinyl, and they just sell it on Record Store Day. Whether it's like really cool or not, they'll just do it.
I can't speak.
Requiem for a Dream soundtrack is one of the best ever. But
I can't speak on this. Caleb's a pro on the soundtrack stuff, but like I can't really speak on it. But like, are there? Do you feel like a lot of the soundtracks are just like bullshit? They're just releasing on vinyl just to do it.
I mean, it's the same deal as all the other stuff we've been talking about.
Because like
some of it's cool. I don't know. Like, I don't know, when it hits, it hits, but most of the time it's still not anything crazy good.
Do a lot of movies have original soundtracks?
I'd say like 9 out of 10.
They do. Like, they're all original music?
Yes. I mean, some soundtrack, like Quentin Tarantino for the longest time would just use songs, and like some directors do that, but 9 out of 10 times it's underscore, where it's music composed for the film.
Okay.
But some film, like 1 out of 10, I'd say, are like scored with just songs.
Okay.
But that's fairly rare, just because depending on the songs, of course, that can get pretty expensive.
Yeah, like I don't
like High Fidelity. That soundtrack just got released on vinyl. Those are all just songs.
I guess I don't notice the background music on movies, or the soundtrack for movies a lot of the time. So like I don't even know, like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I saw the soundtrack for that. Like, is that original? That's not original.
That probably
those are licensed tracks, right?
Sometimes, well, it depends. Sometimes they separate them. More times than not, they just do. So, like, they do the underscore, so the music composed for it and the songs in it. Because most songs, even if it has like a score written for it specifically, they also have like a few songs here and there in there. So they'll usually do both. Yeah.
Now I see a lot with video games and vinyl too.
Yep.
Where it's like video game soundtracks are huge. Like.
Yeah, video games in general are just huge.
Yeah, and you just see a lot of people going to that too. And I don't know if like getting a soundtrack for a video game is like the same thing as like getting like a T-shirt with a video game, where it's just like an add-on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or people are actually enjoying the soundtrack. You know what I mean?
I didn't even know video game soundtracks were a thing. So.
Oh yeah, they're like,
I'm just not paying attention to that stuff.
Especially with exactly. It's like especially with the like some of the 8-bit stuff, like the chiptune stuff. Like people love that stuff on vinyl. So, but yeah, it just seems like a commodity and not like an actual like. It's like something that you'd put on. It's not like people are buying it that have like music collections. I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
Probably a little bit of both.
You think people are like,
I don't know,
getting the Mega Man soundtrack? You know what I mean?
I don't know who's buying video game soundtracks. I don't know if that is like music nerds or video game nerds.
I do know that there are probably a lot of people that line up real early on Record Store Day and just buy everything and just resell it. They could give a fuck about the records. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people doing that because you see a lot of that shit on eBay like immediately that day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but then again, there's a lot of Record Store Day stuff that you go to a store on Record Store Day and you see the the old bin
what's sad.
of like
Yeah,
the last
I'll-
5 years worth of
I know.
shit that never sold.
I'll
You
go
go to
in.
any Newbury Comics, there's leftover record store
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah, I'll go in there. I'll go into a Newbury Comics like in June or July, and you'll see the record store day bin,
Yeah.
and it's just like, wow, this still here. I can get it for like half off now. Yeah, they're just the bin is just still there and still going. So, I don't know.
Record store day. It's all fun and games until you hit those delays.
I think here's the thing. I think it should still happen. There's people that still don't know about it. So
Yeah.
I was on record store day. I was talking to one of Megan's like family members. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to the store, and she's just like, why? I was like, oh, I'm just it's record store day. Everyone goes. She's like, what's record store day? Like people still don't know
A
about
lot
it.
of
So
people
it's
don't, yeah.
so I think there's still like room for it to grow, but like there's probably not a lot of room for it to grow
It'd still be cool.
and still be like not trying to serve the general audience as opposed to the real like
Keep it like a niche thing.
yeah,
like-
it's like that weird balance of like you want to serve the music community that is really into music, but you also want it to grow at the same time. So how do you do that? Well, you have to put more mainstream stuff in with Record Store Day.
Yeah.
But then doing that sort of stuff.
But I think as of lately, it's like it's overrun by the major labels. Like the whole list is mostly major releases, and kind of the indies like kind of stop doing it.
Yeah, I just like I don't know who you're serving when you do 8,000 piece run of Justin Bieber picture disc. Like
Yeah,
Who
like
is
who's
going
gonna
in-
buy that?
yeah,
like
what sort of like cool music dude person is gonna go in
It's weird.
and buy that? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure it's sold fine too, but like I don't understand why you have to put it out for that day. Like why can't you just
yeah.
you'll sell more, just selling it through like this fucking Twitter account. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand who's that serving. You're not hitting that same audience, but they're doing that and clogging up the plants and just taking up shelf space for something that is more
Worthwhile.
geared towards a music fan.
We shouldn't be surprised, though, just the way everything goes. Like, the whole world's just running around people buying shit. So, if something's a little bit popular, all the big companies are just going to make it shitty.
Yeah,
that's just how the world works, especially our country, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you want people to, obviously be into. You don't want music to fade away and, like, not care. So you got to do all these things to, like, make people care about music for this one day or whatever. But, like, I don't know. It just seems like it's lost.
The overarching thing, whether it's cool or not, whether it's peaked or not, it's pretty fucking cool that people are going out of their house to buy a physical piece of music when they could just fucking download it and not care.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Whether they're buying bullshit or not, or whatever, whether it's not cool or not, it's sick that people are buying.
Yes, and I'm all
physical
cool with, like, highlighting this. But, like, maybe not do it. Maybe not do everything for this one day a year. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just like it's almost impossible to get anything done.
Yep. Also, there's so many releases on that specific day that when people look at the list, there's that specific one record they're putting out will probably just get lost if it's not Madonna or something.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
All right.
This record store day gets the miserable Chris sigh.
Stay mizzy.
There we go. Anything else you guys want to talk about? You Chris, you had something, right? Did you want to talk about something?
Do we want?
Hashtag grill and chill.
Did you want to talk about something?
I don't recall.
Okay.
Did we want to talk about something?
I don't remember Chris saying he wanted to say something.
Oh, I thought you said you want to talk about the Drake thing.
I mean, we could talk about it if you want.
If you want, yeah, we'll talk about it.
What happened? It went gold in a day. Fill me in because I don't know anything.
Was
Yeah,
it 600?
Chris, you said you want to talk about your boy Drake.
Yeah, we'll talk about.
I like Drake.
He asked if we could talk about him on the podcast, right?
Actually, Drake asked us if we could talk about it.
Ooh, that's weird.
Do we have time to give him a favor today?
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know if we have time.
So Yeezus texted me and told me that we shouldn't talk about anyone except him on the podcast. So I don't know if I I don't know if we
he
should
did
talk
say
about
he
it.
was the.
Who's the grandpa talking about pop culture?
Do you like how I said Jesus?
Yep.
I wasn't sure if it was right.
You kind of like looked around like,
Tupac Shakur called me.
Big Mac small guy.
Big Mac?
Biggie Smalls.
Big Mac small guy.
Stevie Wonder was wondering if we could get him on the podcast.
Drake's new album sold, what, like over 600,000 copies in the first day, right?
That's it.
But that was...
Johnny the Pickpocket sold more than
Yeah,
that.
like, fuck off.
So it sold over 600,000 copies in the first day. There's a specific number, but I don't remember what it is. But you know how they tack in streaming with album sales now? That song Hotline Bling, which has been a hit since the summer, has been racking up streams, and it's tacked at the end of this album. So those streams are...
They put the single at the end of the album?
Yes.
yeah, but the Hotline Bling came out like last year.
Yeah. Oh, that didn't come out on an album?
No.
It was just a
just a single.
Was it on that mixtape?
No.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was just weird that
So
they did that.
They
but-
put this, like, so if you go on Spotify now, it's like on the album.
It's not on Spotify yet, but yes. It's
okay.
It's like the 20th track.
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
it was exclusive to Apple Music.
Yeah.
That sucks, by the
this
way.
week is coming out on everywhere else.
That I think
Friday.
that sucks. I mean,
It does suck because I haven't listened to it yet. I don't. Like, it just sucks.
I get
fluffing those numbers.
I get the whole exclusive thing, but like, I don't know. I guess I guess you could say it sucks
I
that
feel like you'd get way more streams.
you could also say like, oh, it sucks.
wasn't.
Game of Thrones is only on HBO. It should be on everything. So I guess you know what I mean. But I guess so. It's like it sucks. Yes, it sucks that it does suck that Game of Thrones is not on every service. But I understand why. So I guess same thing with music.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah.
sucks that it's only on Apple Music, and I don't have Apple Music, so I can't listen to it. But
I've read this. Like people just think like it doesn't fit the record. That
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
So
it was probably
I don't know.
recorded
I haven't
like
listened
2
to the
years
record,
ago.
but
You know what I mean?
yeah. So I don't know. I just think it's weird. It's a weird
also,
practice.
just to have a single come out a year before an album. It's
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Well, I don't think they didn't mean to do it like that, right?
Oh,
It just
so
it just
this is like an afterthought.
yeah, it was just like, oh, this song got a bunch of plays. Let's just tack it onto the album.
That could have been like I don't know what the like thought process was.
It
or,
definitely wasn't in the same recording session.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
So
But
I don't know.
Anyways, that was it. That was the thing we were talking about.
Okay.
Crafty.
so I think we're gonna start doing that now
Yeah.
with our records.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Seems to be working.
We'll just do it with we'll just find the song that has the most plays on Spotify and just tack it onto every record.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way,
Not a bad plan.
Yeah.
by the way, that Framework single that we just released, yeah, that's coming out on an album 2 years from now.
That'll be out in 2020. Yeah, so guys,
So, dude,
let's do some feedback.
let's hear it.
Nothing too crazy this week.
Kids are pretty tame this week.
So
Yeah.
the hotline's not really
The
bling.
hotline is not blinging right now. But we do have a call. But if you do want to get in contact with the show, you can use the hashtag AskDeathTalk on Twitter. You can email us, deathtalk@deathwishinc.com, or call the Death Talk hotline. That's 754-703-8255. That's 754-70-D-Talk. And you can just leave your first name and where you're from and a brief message, and we'll play it on the show. Just like this one from Matt from Newmarket, New Hampshire.
Hey guys, it's Matt, Newmarket. I was just wondering, with all the reissues coming out, what albums would you guys like to see reissued, like for the purposes of expanded artwork, maybe like remastering, maybe liner notes, kind of like from the band and the producer reflecting on the area and when it got done. I was thinking probably pretty good ones would be Stay What You Are or Through Being Cool from Save the Day, or maybe Mastodon's Leviathan, like just a huge artwork on that, like just super expanded. And I was just wondering what your thoughts were. Have a good one, guys. Hashtag Grill Miserable.
That's a new hashtag.
Grill and
Do
chill.
you grill miserable too?
Oz, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark's new thing is grill and chill. Come over, I'll make you a muffy.
Kiss that J.
So what do you guys want to see reissued?
I agree with Matt from Newmarket, New Hampshire.
What, you want to see Leviathan?
No, the Through Being Cool.
Oh.
I know it got
I thought
reissued.
it
Did
just
get
did.
reissued.
But it was just the standard package.
Standard package.
Yeah, just a nice little thing. I don't know.
Realistically, Stay What You Are and Through Being Cool have been available in some capacity for a bit. What I'm trying to see reissued is Can't Slow Down. Because that's not available.
Yeah, you're right. That's yeah.
I don't own a copy of it on vinyl. I know my friend bought one on eBay. But
You'd be all over that. Just so if anyone's listening, Mark will buy a copy if you put it up for pre-order.
One is already sold. Maybe two.
So yeah, that's a good one. I don't
think.
I like deluxe packaging. Obviously, I think it's interesting and fun. But I don't know. Have the Black Flag records ever been like reissued? Besides, like, because they're always kind of in print from SST, but
I don't know.
they're all pretty standard packaging.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to do something with that. I think. I don't know. I would like to see that. Maybe a collection of them all. If someone didn't, I don't have them all. I have a few here and there, but like I don't have every single Black Flag record. That'd be cool just to get them all together.
Yeah. I'm trying to rack my brain, and then I'm realizing how much music exists.
Mm-hmm.
It's blowing my mind.
Yeah, there's a lot of records that are kind of like caught in like
Licensing.
licensing hell, where like you can't, like, maybe the label went out of business and
That would be great. You fail me. Oh shit!
What's that?
Yeah. I wonder if they could like remix it though. Update the artwork.
Hold on.
your dream has come true.
I was playing along. What do you want, Mark? Can't win with you.
Yeah, there's like a lot of them that are just like caught in like this like licensing hell, or like it's like on this big label where maybe that album is kind of cherished by like certain people, but like doesn't sell enough to actually reissue it. You know what I mean?
In Reverie, they got to put that shit on vinyl.
I know you're a big fan of In Reverie.
A lot of people are. You're a poser for not liking it. You're not a true fan.
No, I just don't. It's not my thing. Sorry.
Okay,
but yeah, that's a good one. It was
Look
that
at
came
being
out.
all serious.
That came out on a major label.
Came out on a major label,
and they probably don't care enough to reissue it.
They got dropped like a month after, or something like that.
What label was it?
I don't know.
I don't remember now.
Island Def Jam. I just
Something
made that
like
up.
that. Yeah, there's a documentary where he talks about it, like a Save the Day thing, but I can't remember.
Yeah, so there's a lot of albums that like that where like they just won't have them because of it's in like this weird place where you just can't get it, or there's not. There's a lot. I think there's like there's still an untapped market with reissues that haven't happened yet that people want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always like a bunch of. I always think of like things. I was like, oh, I wish I had this on vinyl. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no, it'd be good. And I don't know when. Piebald. We're the only friends we have. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember, I don't know if you remember, but a few years ago, I think it was Rise Records did like a Piebald triple LP like discography thing. It was like the monkeys like on the cover, and it said 1, 2, and 3. Those are gone. Those are off of Spotify, and I don't think they sold those anymore. But those songs from that album were within one of those LPs. It'd be nice to have someone reissue just that record.
Wait, you said the we are the only friends we have, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the one with all the hits on it.
Yeah. That was a good record.
That is within that discography on vinyl, but those aren't for sale anymore, and it wasn't like a dedicated thing with the artwork for that record. Love to see that done. That'd be the shit.
I just looked it up. It's only on. I can only find it on CD.
Yeah, so I mean, it'd be smart. They sold out all those reunion shows. They should. I don't know. Maybe something's coming. I don't know.
I feel like it has to be.
Yeah, I would buy it if anyone's listening.
There's one. You got one.
Got another one sold.
2 records sold on the podcast today. Yeah, that's a good one. Caleb, there must be a soundtrack that you're thinking of.
I am, but I don't want to.
What is it?
I don't want to say anything because maybe I'll buy the rights to it.
You got to get into the game.
Yeah, who knows? I don't want to give anyone any good ideas.
Wild Wild West soundtrack.
Wicked, wicked, wild, wild, wicked, wild, wild West. Jim West.
Desperado.
Rough Rider.
No, you don't
Want nada.
I don't know the rest.
I could keep going, but we don't have to.
You actually don't want to say it. You're actually scared that someone will steal your idea for the soundtrack.
I have the best idea ever up here.
Wow. All right, fine.
Yeah.
We'll just have to sit here in suspense.
You will.
Can you say something else that you'd like? Maybe a music one?
I'm just pretending I have a good idea because I just don't have any ideas.
Yeah. Chris, any Netflix shows you'd like to see on vinyl?
Daredevil repackaged, please.
I want a die-cut 7-inch single of the opening theme music for Daredevil.
That'd be cool.
There you go. Die-cut.
2 records sold. Someone makes it.
It's gonna
make it. I'll buy it.
It's gonna be a $12 7-inch though.
I'll buy it.
That's about the average for Record Store Day.
Actually, no. Forget the die cut. Fuck it. It's Record Store Day, baby. We'll do it. We're gonna do a lathe cut.
Oh shit!
The vinyl itself is
gonna be
the shape of Daredevil's head.
Oh god.
Oh. Actually, no. Scratch that. It's gonna be the 2 Ds. They're backing up the truck right now to deliver the lathe cut vinyls. Vinyls.
Oh shit!
Get out!
No!
Oh god, my podcasting career is over.
I will.
Another addition, to the news segment. We're currently hiring for a product manager. Caleb just lost his
cleaning
job.
out his desk right now.
Wow.
Vinyls.
Shit, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'll go get you a box so you can get all your stuff.
Oh, fuck, he doesn't get a box.
Just throw it
You
away.
guys can keep the trail mix.
Yeah, leave your key on my desk.
All right.
Thank you.
Nice.
That's about it.
It's been fun.
That's about it, guys. So yeah, if you want to be a part of the show, use the hashtag AskDeathTalk on Twitter. You can email us deathtalk@deathwishing.com or do yourself a favor and call the hotline. It's 754-70-DTALK.
I thought it was bling, but
No, it's not that. Not that. Hey, before you end the show, you guys want to talk about that movie we just saw?
Oh, we saw a movie?
Yes.
I don't recall.
Well, this is part of the show. This is Film School with Rich.
I don't remember Rich being there.
I wasn't, but I saw it separately from you guys.
Wow. Too cool.
Film School with Rich is a segment that Caleb tells me to go watch movies because I haven't seen many of them, and now I'm basically a movie buff. I've probably seen about 40-ish movies now.
Yeah.
Look at that. 40 movies, guys.
It's a lot of movies.
How many, dude? You've seen all of its cinema's rich history.
New, old, classic, soon-to-be classic, possibly.
You name it.
This week we saw Captain America, Civil War.
Civil War.
This is two episodes in a row we've seen a Captain America movie.
That's how good Captain America is.
So we all went to go see it. If you haven't seen it yet, pause this and go see it, and then return to the podcast later.
We're going to be spoiling.
Yeah. Lots of spoilers.
Spoilers ahead.
Spoilers
Final
ahead.
warning.
You might want to shield yourself from the spoilers.
Vinyls.
Vinyls.
So, I went to go see this. We all went to go see this in a movie theater.
Shut up. Just get to it.
So what'd you think? Better or worse than Winter Soldier?
Oh, this movie was much better than Winter Soldier.
He said much,
There we
everyone.
Yeah. I didn't get a lot of the things going on because I haven't seen the other movies.
There's a lot going on in this one.
Yeah, I figured out who this Tony Stark character was on the first
Good.
Captain America
There we go.
movie, so he was in this. Was he in? No, he wasn't in the last movie.
No.
No, he was not. He was
No.
not. So he was in this one. They talked about him in that one, though.
Well, yeah. His dad was in this one, too. Twice.
Robert Downey Jr.'s?
Yeah. Tony Stark's father in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know the actor's name.
John Slattery. He's
he
in
was
Mad
on
Men.
Mad
The guy
Men.
with the white hair.
Who? What? Oh,
Remember
It was like a major
car
plot
accident.
point.
Yes. Sorry. I was like,
If
who's
you
his
didn't know
dad?
who that was, I was gonna be like, he didn't go.
Yeah.
He didn't see it.
That's why he's stalling. So we went to a theater.
Yes.
They have
Googling the plot.
popcorn there.
So Action-packed movie.
Yep.
Action-packed.
The only thing I don't like about this movie
The best action scene in Marvel cinematic
when there was
history.
no action, it was kind of boring. I don't care for the plot. How about that?
All right.
I don't think the story itself is necessarily like anything amazing. So, yep, here we go. I'm getting
That's
all
okay.
the. Sure, it's a fine story.
The story you would like a lot more if you had all the backstory.
Yeah,
Possibly,
recap
yeah.
the story for us really quick, as concise as possible.
Okay, so in this movie,
I just want to see what parts stood out to you.
So in this movie, Captain America, his name's Rogers.
Yep.
Steve Rogers is he found out his friend is like back from the dead or something. I don't know. He's a zombie, right?
Sure.
Bucky the zombie
You saw the Winter Soldier too. You know who
Bucky
this
the
person
zombie.
is.
is back from the dead.
The Winter Zombie.
He was frozen, and now he's unfrozen, and they got into a big fight in the last one. They're like beating the shit out of each other. And I don't know what happened in this one. Oh, they think Bucky's like been brainwashed. Okay.
Yep.
And he's supposed to. I like this plot. It's going really well.
I was just gonna say this.
He's been brainwashed. Let me finish. Can you let me finish?
Yes.
Bucky's been brainwashed and did all this bad things to his head, and now he's like a super assassin, crazy guy. There's an explosion at a building, and they all think that Bucky did it.
Yes.
Right?
He says the story's not so good, and he doesn't even know what the story is.
That's the story.
Yeah.
They think he did it.
Yeah.
And
You did say it in the most concise way possible.
yeah, and Captain America is like, no,
stand up for him,
my
Mark.
bro Bucky did not do this.
Yep.
This is just the catalyst for the story.
So
He's still going.
Captain America is defending Bucky and the other Avenger dudes and women
Yep.
think that he shouldn't do that. And some of them are against it and some of them are for it, and it causes a divide in the Avengers.
Okay.
In which they have to sign a treaty
Okay.
that basically that says like you can't do whatever the fuck you want anymore and blow shit up and kill people, and you have to only do shit when we tell you to do shit. And some are like, no, fuck that, I'm not doing that shit. And other people are like, yeah, sure, let's do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that causes a civil war within the Avengers.
That was a bass boom.
Did I get that right?
You got it right.
Yeah. Good job.
And hilarity ensues.
Actually, there's a lot of funny parts in this
I'm
movie.
ready.
There was some-
I'm ready, Arrow guy.
Paul Rudd. funny.
Steals the show.
He's
Yeah.
funny, yeah. Is that Ant-Man movie good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
The tone of Paul Rudd, like him joking around, that's the whole Ant-Man movie. Is like that kind
Yeah,
of
he was
snarky-
funny. I think, is that the scene you're talking about where he turns into a giant?
Yeah, Giant Man.
I actually thought the scene where Bucky's on the motorcycle, where he's kind of like outrunning everyone, I thought that was more fun
Okay.
than that.
Yo, when he stopped the motorcycle
Yes,
and turned it,
and
that was
grabbed it.
insane.
That was
Everyone in the theater went, "Oh,
Yeah,
that was a
sick.
really cool part of the movie. That was like the most memorable. That and Ant-Man getting big. That was the most memorable part of the movie.
So the whole Ant-Man movie, he never gets big, and I was like, okay, they're just not going to do that for like the film version of Ant-Man because it's kind of cheesy, I guess. And then when he went big, and that just clicked in my mind. I was like, okay, they're probably just never going to do that. And then it happens in this. I was just like, oh shit!
Is that a thing he does in the comics?
Yeah.
He gets big?
He gets big or small.
Oh, okay.
So that was really cool. That was a nice little treat.
Your buddy Spider-Man shows up in the movie.
Oh my boy, what'd you think?
Ugh.
Perfect.
No.
Fuck you.
No. The thing I hate about this movie is that
Is everything
it's
good
a
about
giant advertisement for everything else.
It's much more than that.
You're seeing, yeah, I know. You're basically, they're basically saying like, we're going to throw all the heroes into one movie and we're going to advertise their movies. So like,
I mean, it was a comic book before.
I know, I'm just saying, but it's especially in this one. I'm going to guess that they only threw Spider-Man in this movie because there's going to be new Spider-Mans coming out.
Nope.
I'm wrong with it. Does this actually happen?
I mean,
in the
that
comic book?
definitely helped. Spider-Man actually plays a bigger part in Civil War in the comics.
Okay, I'm
like,
wrong then.
Way bigger.
I'm wrong.
I mean, they're definitely using this to advertise for of
there
course,
was so
but that's
much
not
product
the reason.
placement in the movie that it's ridiculous.
What product placement? Let's hear it.
Audi, FedEx,
Under Armour.
Under Armour.
Yo, your boy's got
everything.
huge muscles.
Apple was in
Under
there.
Armour's got to hold those tight.
So I mean, look,
Okay, most big movies have that shit, you know.
Every blockbuster has that. You're
I know.
picking. You're picking.
I know.
It's to be expected, I think.
Sure.
It's not Transformers where Marky Mark busts open a Bud Light or whatever it is.
It's so sick. And the guy's like, I hope you have insurance. And he goes, they got insurance? This is a freaking spaceship. And he just chugs a Bud Light and throws the beer at him. Pure cinematic genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was a giant advertisement for everything.
There's a difference between... Actually, continue.
So overall, like, action was great. I probably wouldn't have seen this movie if you didn't tell me to see it. I don't think this movie in particular is better than any other action movie, or like, you know, sci-fi. I don't want to say it's sci-fi. Yeah, it's a sci-fi movie, kind of. I realize that you like this franchise and you like Captain America a lot, which I think is the reason why you like this movie a lot, which I can completely relate to, where I would like something because I personally like it. Maybe I liked it as a kid, so like now I'm like, Independence Day, love that movie. I still think it's the greatest movie of all time. No, I don't think it's the greatest movie, but you know, I love it. I love it. Yeah, and I can't wait to see Independence Day Resurgence. Like I'm like really excited to see it because I loved it as a kid, but I know that it wasn't a great movie. This is the same thing. I think you love Captain America and you think it's a great movie.
Yeah.
But it's not really a great movie.
Public consensus has my back as well, though.
Sure.
It's not just me.
Sure. Do you want to talk about it?
I mean, no one wants to hear my opinion. This is your segment.
Well, I know you're very excited to see the movie.
I am. I thought it was great. I loved it. Spider-Man was perfect. He's a little boy.
Yeah.
He's a little dweeb.
Yeah, see, I didn't like... I think I saw, like, the first Spider-Man. What was the one with, like, Tobey... What's his name?
Maguire.
Tobey Maguire, yeah. He was fine. You like that one a lot, too, right?
I love those, but yeah, this is better.
This is going to be...
This is better.
It's going to be, like, a reboot?
Yeah, they reboot Spider-Man all the time.
Yeah.
But, you know...
Because I feel like they do it weird every time, so they have to, like...
It seems like he's, like, a younger, like, kid.
Yeah,
like
Spider-Man is supposed to be a little kid.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah, like a young guy. And Tobey Maguire obviously was like, you know, late 20s, early 30s or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, this is something that you probably haven't paid attention to because you don't give a fuck about any of this stuff. But so they made all those. They made the Tobey Maguire ones. They made another one with like Emma Stone and stuff, and this other guy. But the reason why we think this is cool is because they came to an agreement with like Disney and Marvel to finally. It was what was it? Sony before?
Yeah.
Sony had the rights to doing Spider-Man movies, so now they came to an agreement where Spider-Man can be in this universe of all the Avengers shit, and he never was before.
Oh, okay.
So there's going to be the same, you know, Marvel people make all these other great movies, a solo Spider-Man movie, and then he'll be in future like.
So
And
Marvel
that's-
is Marvel making the new Spider-Man movies?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's also another reason why Spider-Man doesn't play as big a part in it.
Oh, and we all like Marvel's way of doing things, correct?
Yes.
They haven't really screwed up yet.
Really?
It's all.
I mean, you know...
every movie's been good. Some are better than others.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're not all perfect, but
Yeah.
they're like all... I love them all.
And
but
the fluidity between all of them is great, even if some are better than others. It all just sort of...
like they're doing a better job than like DC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
DC...
Because like there's been some duds, right? Like the
DC's
Superman.
had nothing but duds.
Yeah, DC is
Superman,
just...
Batman
they
one's
just
supposed to
can't
be
get it
terrible.
right.
Yeah.
There
Well,
was
there's been some
also-
good Batman movies.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, though. Like, they try to do other
All
stuff.
the
and it's
Superman
just
movies
not
have been
good.
terrible, right?
There's only been a couple in recent years.
Yeah, I
They were
mean,
just fine.
they're all...
And then there was
Not
that
good.
Green Lantern movie that was like historically horrible.
I don't even.
Ryan Reynolds was in it and it made
Oh,
lost
yeah,
so
yeah.
much money. I never saw it.
Yeah. So those have been bad, and so Marvel's
Yeah.
doing a better job at it overall.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything-
I'm happy you just didn't hate it.
No, I didn't hate it.
good.
I enjoyed it, and it was long 2.5 hours. 2 hours and 26 minutes.
It was long, but it felt short to me.
Yeah, I felt like a half hour.
Really?
Yeah, it flew by.
I was dozing off towards the end. I'm just like, can we end this? Like, can we get this over with?
It ended, and I was like, oh, this is the end? No.
So let's talk about that. I left before the credits ended.
Amateur move.
Because, dude,
Rookie mistake.
oh my god.
Which credits though? Because there's 2 post credits.
I didn't see anything. I just left her
Okay, well,
because I was like, I gotta get out of there.
One was just following up with the heroes that they're in Wakanda. The Winter Soldier is going back into like cryo sleep.
Yes, I ended up watching on YouTube after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so because someone's like, "Oh, did you see the credits?" And I was like, "No."
It was cool. It was cool, but it
You
was
just didn't know about it.
I was like, "Why is everyone sitting?" I'm like, "I gotta get out of here. I gotta go to work."
It was cool, but it was nothing super crazy. And then the next one was just Spider-Man follow-up, which was great, but not anything important really.
How do we feel about things after the credits?
Love it.
Yeah, I'm into it. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I kind of like it because I don't know.
They'll tease some shit.
Anticipating.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
So, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, while we're talking about post-credits, Age of Ultron, I think it was, had the post-credit scenes with Winter Soldier and the Vice, right?
Yes.
And that was like the first post-credit scene. That's probably the best post-credit scene because that was actually a scene in this movie and like really important. So, pretty cool.
The first Avengers movie that came out was 2012 or something. One of the post-credit scenes was you saw this dude up in space, Thanos or Thanos, I don't know how people pronounce it, Thanos. And he was this big, fucking strong purple dude, right? And I haven't read the comics as much as most people have, so I don't know much about him. But that was 2012, and apparently he's the main villain in Avengers Infinity War, which is going to come out in like 2 years. So they're like teasing shit for like 5 years in advance.
Yeah, they have their really whole cool like thing lined up.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then
it's all mapped out. It's great.
Any little teasers you'd see for like the next movies was like legitimately exciting. I can't remember, was it like Iron Man 2? After one of them, they just like found Thor's hammer in the desert, and that's all you saw, and you're just like, oh shit, Thor movie's coming.
Yeah.
You just didn't know. It was sick.
Okay.
That's why that shit's exciting.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like a teaser for
it's
something
just
else.
for the fans.
Yeah,
which is nice.
Yeah, and
that's cool. I don't know. It's like it's like bands doing encores. It's fine, sure, that's fine, but like just play it. Just put it in the movie if you gotta put it.
I was hoping to get you interested in these, but if Cap won't do it, I don't know what will.
Yeah. I can't say that I'm super. Like I was like, oh, maybe I'll see that. Like, I kind of want to see that Deadpool movie because I heard that was funny.
Deadpool was cool.
Yeah, and
I should just watch that.
Everyone tells me that the Guardians of the Galaxy is like a great movie.
You might like that.
I fucking love
that.
That
was gonna be my next week, but I'm not gonna bother now.
What's his name?
I think you should.
Paul Rudd was really funny, so I'm like, oh, maybe I should see Ant-Man. Like, I don't know. But
oh my god, know who's in Ant-Man? Kate from Lost.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I forget her
she's
name.
like his friend.
Oh, I forget her name. Yeah, I know she was in like she was in the Hobbit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I can't remember her name right now. But
Evangeline Lilly.
Yes.
Yeah, Evangeline Lilly.
Yes.
Yeah, Ant-Man was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not gonna like say like, oh, I'll never see another Marvel movie again. But I don't think I'm like intrigued by it. Like, I'm just like, oh, I'll see it if it's like on, USA on a Saturday afternoon. But
I think from you not having any other interest or knowledge in all the other movies,
yeah,
this is probably best case scenario.
Did you guys all read the comic books? Are you guys all like all comic books?
I've read some.
No, yeah,
I've read some.
There's so many, right?
Yeah, it's too much to keep up with.
I've read some, but definitely not all of the characters that are involved.
Yeah. So, but you have, right? You're a big like comic book fan of like Captain America and stuff.
Yeah, not in a while.
Yeah, but you liked it growing up.
Yeah.
So that's why you kind of had interest.
Reading Spider-Man and all that. But
there's a whole Civil War story arc. Did you ever read those? Apparently they're great. I haven't read them
I didn't read all of them.
Is the Civil War like that? Like a whole comic?
It's like 100 plus issues or something.
Really?
X-Men's involved in that too.
Well, there's like the base.
Wait, X-Men's involved in it too? Isn't that like a different company?
No, X-Men is still Marvel, but
okay, yeah,
movie
wise,
right? Yeah, I think it's Fox or Sony.
They showed the preview. That actually looked pretty good.
Yeah,
but I don't really care that much. But
yeah,
But there's like the base storyline for Civil War, like the main storyline, which is like one set of issues, and then Civil War was like, if you wanted to get the basic storyline, you get that, but Civil War affects every other Marvel comic, so every other character in their standalone issues would be like, oh, these are the Civil War issues, where you get to see what's happening with them in response to Civil War.
I can't even imagine how difficult it is to keep track of all of
it's
the
crazy.
storylines
It's crazy.
going on.
But like a lot of comic fans, like, oh, I like Spider-Man, so I read Spider-Man. So you're like, oh, Civil War's happening. I'm just reading Spider-Man and getting his side of it, you know?
So, sorry, and I don't know how important this is in the story, but the character that Don Cheadle plays, he gets like paralyzed.
Yeah.
Is that a big part?
That's crazy. I don't even know, to be honest. I never really cared
Like,
about War Machine.
So, who's his character?
War Machine.
War Machine. Does he
He
has
just-
his own comic book?
Yeah, he just buffed up Iron Man. I think he's kind of like, I like him in the movies, all right, but it's like, it's not that interesting.
So
but I don't know.
Like, does him being paralyzed in the movie affect, or in the comic, affect his storyline after?
I don't even know if he gets paralyzed in the comic.
Yeah,
we
haven't
really?
read that, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I
might.
I wasn't sure if it had, if it all
Yeah.
affects each other. You know.
I thought he died too, by the way. In the movie, I was like, oh shit, they're killing him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then it's just like, oh, that's still crazy that they, paralyzed him like a, but I don't know, he's not like a main character.
Oh, yo, the FedEx delivery guy?
Yeah.
You know that's Stan Lee?
That's Stan Lee, right? Yeah.
That was so
Also,
funny.
Doesn't he have cameos in like all the movies? Yeah.
Also, that joke was so lame, and then Don Cheadle saved it.
What was the joke again?
Tony Stank.
Yeah, Tony
Oh,
Stank.
yeah.
And like, Stan Lee, we get it. It's fine. It's cute. But like him going, Tony Stank, it's like, oh god. And then Don Cheadle's like, his response was so good.
He I've listened to some interviews with Stan Lee, and he's like a real interesting guy.
Yeah.
You know how he started kind of doing comic books? He he was obviously talented at drawing and stuff like that, but he would do pamphlets when he was in the war, one of the wars. I don't know which one.
Really?
I actually did hear about this.
Yeah,
I didn't know
and
that.
he would do like pamphlets of like, here's where you should, don't go into the city and have unprotected sex with, like locals, or you know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it'd be like, oh,
Wow.
this is where you should go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like things like that, like just pamphlets to hand out of like just people in the war. Yeah, that's where he got his start. And people were like, oh, you're really good at this. And he started doing comics after that.
That's cool.
So, pretty cool. Anything else to add, Caleb?
Nah, we're good.
Okay. What do you want to do for now the next episode?
All right, we're switching it up. You're going to assign the movie this week.
I'm going to sign a movie.
You pick.
What's a movie that
I wasn't prepared for
wanted
this.
to
I know
Yeah,
you
what's a
weren't-
movie that you
I know you weren't
haven't
prepared.
seen that you want to see?
I'm going to assign...
Or, or you have seen and you want to make me see if I haven't. I don't know. You pick a movie, whatever. Let's do it. Your choice. Yeah. Oh.
There's no way I've seen a movie that is
That's just not
any
true.
way that's good that you have not seen.
Pick something that's bad. I don't care. Pick something.
Yeah,
Pick
doesn't have
something
to
that you
be,
haven't seen that you want to
Or
see.
don't even worry about me. Just pick something you have seen and want me to watch, or pick something you haven't seen and want to watch. Anything. Your choice. We haven't done this yet. Trying to keep it interesting since you fucking snooze fest Civil War.
No.
What do you think?
I don't know if I...
Apollo 13.
Yeah. Armageddon. Have you seen Armageddon?
I've seen Armageddon. We can do that. Is there anything coming out? Anything like old? Anything you've been like, oh, I feel like watching that?
Okay, here's one. I don't think I've seen it. I definitely
All right.
have not watched the whole thing.
Okay, let's hear it.
What about Dazed and Confused?
Perfect. Let's do it.
Let's do
Have
it.
you ever seen it?
I saw it once.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I have seen it, but
All right, let's not do that one then.
no. I'll rewatch it. It's been a while. Let's do it.
I've
You
never
guys
seen
can
it.
still both
That's a
watch
good-
it and
People
talk
talk
about it.
People talk about that movie all the time.
And it's a good summer movie. And Linklater just came out with a new movie that everyone's saying is just like Dazed and Confused. So this is good.
But what
movie
about
is that?
Okay.
I forget. It takes place in the 80s, and
Okay.
What about like The Godfathers?
we could do that.
Have you ever seen those?
No.
Oh,
That's
wow.
an investment, though.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to say. That's why I didn't want to.
And I
say
also
it.
don't think you're gonna like them.
Oh my god,
They're very
if you
slow.
If you thought
Like,
the
they're
drama
not-
parts, the non-action parts in Civil War were boring, you're gonna think this whole movie's boring. Then if you don't pay
Is
attention,
Yeah.
Dazed and Confused a good movie?
Yeah, I think you'll like Dazed
I
and
like
Confused.
it. I think it's.
I think we should do Dazed and Confused.
All right. I can't. I've only seen parts of this movie because it's always on TV, but I've never actually sat through and watched the whole movie.
Well, let's do it.
I made a Dazed and Confused reference on the podcast a long time ago, and you guys all looked at me blankly.
That's what we.
It's
That's
been a
how we
while.
usually respond to your
True.
things you say on the podcast. Okay, so I'm gonna watch Dazed and Confused for next episode.
Let's do it.
There we go. So that's it, guys. Thanks again for listening. If you like the podcast, please give us a heart or a thumbs up or a like or whatever the thing you're on. Please do
whatever.
that. Give us a 5-star review if you're on iTunes, and make sure you're subscribed and telling everyone about the podcast. And I should, on a note, I don't think this is going to happen for this episode, but possibly the next one. We're moving our feed over for the podcast to a new provider. Everyone should be fine, but sometimes it does happen where you get lost and you're not subscribed to the feed anymore. So if you see a episode come, we post it everywhere anyways, but if you see a show come out and you don't get it on your device, just make sure you resubscribe. If you listen on YouTube or SoundCloud, it won't be any different, but like if you're subscribed through iTunes or Downcast or Overcast or Pocket Cast or any of those that actually pull the RSS feed, you might need to resubscribe, but more than likely you won't have to. So, but it does happen. So we're making some upgrades to the system. So, and you might see us on some new services that haven't been there before. So, but we'll put that on the next episode at the front of the show too, so people know. Other than that, thanks for listening, and have a great rest of your day or night or wherever you are. Just be great. Bye.